Are the generation lost today, Taylor? Do you think they are?
I don't think that our generation is lost. I think that people just have, like, people don't have a lot of faith in our generation, which makes it seem as if we're lost, because I feel like other generations are given a lot more chances. And wait, no, because then that would make us lost. No, okay. I believe that our generation knows where we could, excel, where we could actually become something. It's just that we're not granted these opportunities. So even if we have like the world of entrepreneurs or whatever in our generation, then we don't really know where to put these ideas, in which case we would be lost. But we're not lost because we're stupid or because we lack, intelligence or lack knowledge. It's just literally down to us being given opportunities, and it's not being made easy for us anyway. I feel like a lot of things are being made difficult when it comes to, we can even say the economy and stuff, and it makes it difficult for millennials to, actually become something that other generations could.
No, yeah, I hear that. I feel like if you look at it from like one perspective, like say for example all these acid attacks which are going on, right? Yeah. And like if you look at it like at gang crime and all that kind of stuff, if you look at it from that lens alone, it's kind of like, oh yeah, your generation's lost. But if you look at it on a bigger scale, you see that there are like loads of young people who are involved in politics, who are trying to get a lot of things put in place for themselves as well as the generation which has to come. Like I know so many young people, creatives, poets, like so many people who are just out here trying to rob this England, really. I mean, I'm trying to rob this England too.
No, but I agree to some extent, but you see the thing where I think even down to like nowadays when I'll be like, Mom, I'm going out with my friends, we're going to go to or Mom, I'm going to my friend's house. She'll be like, where does your friend live? I'll be like, Mom, my friend lives in Clapton. She'll be like, no, that's Murder Mile and stuff. And it's just like Murder Mile and all of these stuff that my mom is scared of me going to, that's because of her generation. So what I'm saying here is that her generation also had violence. They also had, crimes and stuff. It's just that, I feel like with our generation, people would tend to not look at the bright side, What about the 15-year-olds who are going to college early or university early because they're that smart? What about, the people who are starting their businesses? There's a ridiculous amount of great stuff coming from our generation, but everyone only looks at, I don't want to say only looks at the acid attacks, but like they're minor because they are quite, they're quite a big thing. But I do certainly think that there's a lot more than just, the bad stuff to our generation. Of course, there's stupidness happening with every generation, stupidness happening everywhere. But I do feel like a lot of us would end up being sad and depressed if you only thought about the bad things in life, if that makes sense.
And like similar to what you said about your mum's generation, like how all generations, there's always stupidness going on. But with us as well, I think because we have this, because we're so into social media as well and everything is publicized, it seems like everything is happening more because it's on the internet. You go on Facebook and you see people fighting, you go on Instagram and you see stupidness basically. Yeah. And it's like, they didn't have that. So it's not as visible to them. Yeah. But it's I think, if you think about it, it might be on the same scale. I'm not saying that like, I can't say statistically proven, because I haven't looked at stats exactly, but I think it's relative to your time, and people need to stop looking at our generation like we're the worst and that we're doing like the worst things ever, because there are a lot of us doing a lot of good things out here, really.
I feel like every generation is the worst generation to exist. Every new generation, like even my niece and stuff, she'll be on an iPad or a phone or whatever, navigating and going through it as if she's had it for 10 years, and it's just like this generation is going to be so bad, always on technology. But our generation is so bad because we're always on technology and doing stuff. I feel like every generation is deemed to be the worst generation ever. But I think the best thing about our generation is that we're not scared. We're not really too scared to express ourselves and stuff, which means that like a lot of us, we're producing better ideas just because we can, if that makes sense. Before, a lot of people were scared to go against what people like thought was okay and stuff. And even if it comes down to simple things like fashion trends, we know that like baggy jeans and boyfriend jeans and mom jeans, they kind of came out of fashion, and now they're back. And I wouldn't say they're back, but there are people who are still wearing them because they don't care and stuff. And these small things that people are doing just because they can and because they're not scared to express themselves, it just shows how creative and like the side to us that we have, because we can be creative. We do have these great ideas and we're not scared. And I don't really know what else you can add like to actually make someone who's worth something if you have those three qualities.
Yeah, man. Yes.